Christina.
And I'm Kat.
And today we have a really cool show because guess who's back? Guess who's back in town? Well, not really in town, but who's back on the scene? It's Richard Strange.
Yay!
Do you guys remember Richard Strange from Doctors of Madness? They've been around since the 70s, like 75, 76. And they have some really cool music. I was so stoked that they're actually making a new band because the old music that they had back in the 70s is really unique and really cool. It reminded me a bit of like kind of what Brian Eno used to do, and a little bit of Frank Zappa too, just that real theatrical but really edgy kind of sound.
Like a range, like a wide range.
Yeah.
Of I don't know how to say it, but yeah, like between Bowie and like Lou Reed, you know?
Yeah, it was Bowie, Lou Reed, and then somebody actually compared it like between Bowie and the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, it's like a little, like that.
And
a little bit of everything.
I think the reason they were compared sort of to the Bowie part is obvious because they have a really cool look about them, very edgy, especially back in the 70s where, there were a few people like Bowie, and those people were pretty
kind of
cool.
Glammy.
Yeah, but in a cool way. They kind of broke kind of crossed the boundaries of what was going on during that time with more of the theatrical, the different colored hair and the trippy makeup.
The spacey kind of
thing. Like even Gary Newman did some trippy stuff too. But so that Doctors of Madness was super cool and made a huge difference in the music scene back in the day. So there was a really interesting story that he had told me. We were emailing back and forth, and I was looking through some Doctors of Madness videos, and I was tripping out because I'm like, okay, I saw Richard Strange playing with these Japanese band, and it made me kind of confused because I'm like, wait, he had his Doctors of Madness band in the 70s, and then I see him playing with a Japanese band.
Is that the newer lineup?
And then, and so I was sort of confused, so I actually started talking back and forth, and he sent me the information that was a really cool story. So apparently, Doctors of Madness were going to go back on tour again, but he kind of lost touch with the old band members. So he had like one musician that he was going to just head over to Japan with. And because the promoter from Japan said, hey, can you come out? Because we have a bunch of people who really love your music. And so he actually ended up finding, the Japanese promoter actually ended up finding, like 3 weeks before
the
Richard Strange
to join him?
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like going back in time because this is prior to that. The Japanese promoter actually found a Doctors of Madness tribute band.
Oh, there was
Japanese Doctors of Madness tribute band who knew every word to all the Doctors of Madness songs.
What's the luck of finding that, though? That's crazy.
And he's going to Japan. So he ended up just fronting the band.
That's crazy.
So that became...
So the tribute band became the real band.
Well, part of the real band, because what it is he's actually, he's got new members of the band, which we will tell you all the new members later. But the Japanese band, it's called Sister Paul. It's a drummer and a bass player, and they are part of his new band now.
Oh, cool.
Along with the other musicians that will.
I've heard stories of that before, though, like in the local scene where musicians will go on tour to another state and then they hire a drummer. Like they put I've had musicians actually tell me they put a Craigslist ad out for a drummer they need for like a couple weeks to tour with them, and they get it, and then they end up like, that's the drummer.
That's the trip. It's kind of cool. That can happen.
Yeah.
So gosh, what a great experience. I was thinking that too. I'm like, what a cool experience for these people if they put so much energy into creating a tribute band and learning every single word to the songs, and then the person that you admire so much ends up having you be part of the band.
So you put it out there, the universe will say, they'll take a look at it, and maybe you get it.
Absolutely. I know, I thought that was pretty cool. So anyways, I wanted to explain the sort of premise of that aspect of the beginning stages of the new Doctors of Madness band, because they've been touring together for 15 years now.
That's a long
and he calls
time. With the same band that he made.
Well, with the band
with the tribute band.
Exactly.
Oh,
with the
that's
two
awesome.
with the two members, and so he actually calls them like the heartbeat of Doctors of Madness now, because
that's like that must be so important to them.
Oh yeah, it's a really cool connection and a really cool energy. So with that said, we want to play you the new Doctors of Madness song called "Make It Stop" off their album Dark Times, and it was produced by John Leckie, and he's done, I gotta read, because it's like Radiohead.
He's done a lot of stuff.
Muse.
Yeah. Stone Roses, who I absolutely
love Stone Roses. Pink Floyd, XTC, Simple Minds.
Yeah.
So it's a great producer, great band, and we will go ahead and show you the video. It's a rad video, and we'll talk about it when we come back. So this is Make It Stop by Doctors of Madness. And that was Make It Stop by the new Doctors of Madness. And the video was really cool.
It was.
It actually has a lot, it's got a really good message, and it correlates a lot to what's going on in the world these days.
There's so much music like that these days. I'm getting it for Look What Cat Dragged, and people are sending me music, and it's all has the same theme, the current affairs, and it's crazy because a lot of these songs were written a year ago, 2 years ago, and it seemed pretty fitting.
Yeah, there was a lot of really great. It's really the visuals are amazing, the lyrics are amazing. So you guys maybe watch it a couple times to really.
Yeah.
I had to watch it a few times because, and that's good sometimes to be able to watch it a few times because it really has such a great message, and the visuals are so amazing too. So it's cool to really understand.
Well, I like videos that are in your face, like they're in your face, and they flash a message to make sure you're not going to miss it. And kind of like the next video that we have by the Ponderosa Glee Boys, Wake Up.
Yeah.
That flashes a message in your face. Actually, I was listening to their music, and a lot of their songs have that kind of in-your-face message. I just played them on last week's Look What Cat Dragged In. I played their song Liar. Really awesome. They've been around since 1978. And actually, they used to frequent Eric's in Liverpool, which is a club equivalent to like CBGB's in New York. And it was around the same time that Richard Strange was out there performing with the same bands that these guys were probably opening up, like a Theater of Hate. Who else was it? All kinds of bands.
Would that be a trip?
I'm sure. I'm sure
it's
they
such
crossed
a coincidence because we're like playing.
Well, I was reading that Richard Strange, like, had bands like Sex Pistols open up for him, and Ponderosa Glee Boys opened up for bands like Sex Pistols.
That's so cool.
So it's crazy how it just kind of works that way, and
it makes sense though because they were all sort of doing the same message. Maybe a little bit of a different style because Richard Strange had more of that, like we said, the more cool,
theatrical,
trippy, eccentric, theatrical, and then Sex Pistols, of course, were punk. But the message was still sort of like, it was sort of going against the government that was sort of suppressing them and not
going against what you're being told that you're supposed to do, and
challenging
outside
things,
the box.
Exactly, challenging your own thought process and not just doing what you're told if it doesn't make any sense. So it was done in a different way, but with the same message. So
yeah, it's cool. Weird how it all ties together. It's great. They recently started up. I think 2017 is when they started up again, and they have with them now. Actually, Carl Eaton, he's the only original member, but he has with him now Mike Looney of Echo and the Bunnymen and Psychedelic Furs. You're gonna love this video called "Wake Up" by Ponderosa Glee Boys. that was Ponderosa Glee Boys from Liverpool with Wake Up. Awesome band there. And I forgot to mention, like back in 1982, their drummer went to go join Dead or Alive.
That is such a trip. We have so many bands that have members from different bands,
it's
and
a weird
join the
thing.
Well, that's actually
web or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's really cool because then you have so many quality musicians who kind of share their.
They all put their part of their brain in it.
Exactly, share their energy, share their skills, and it creates some really cool music. So the next video is we've been talking about this throughout the whole show.
Richard Strange?
Yes. And the video you all saw on the beginning of the show, which is the new Doctors of Madness, well, you can see where this whole thing started with the original Doctors of Madness.
So this is the original lineup from the very, very beginning?
It's the original lineup with Richard Strange, of course, on guitar and vocals, and you have Urban Blitz, which they got some really cool names.
Yes.
Urban Blitz on guitar and vocals, and Stoner.
Yes, Stoner.
On bass and vocals, and Peter Dilemma. They all have really interesting names. It's Dilemma, but it sounds like dilemma, like dilemma. Anyways, it's pretty clever, and he plays drums. So
I love the sound of the electric violin. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, exactly. So it's like Bielectra.
Bielectra, yeah.
Bielectra, the name of it is.
It's a beautiful sound.
It makes a really
and the way he mixes it with the other music, it's really cool.
I know.
Yeah.
So this is going to be cool for you to watch because this is exactly what we were talking about with the cool, the eccentric sort of stage presence that they have, and their sound is just so brilliant because not that many people were doing that sound back in that day. So
very unique.
Yeah. So you guys can see for yourself. Anyways, this is Doctors of Madness singing Doctors of Madness. So that was the original Doctors of Madness.
The OG lineup, yeah.
The vintage video that he personally sent me. And he said that it's a very rare video. So not that many people
What year
have seen
was
it.
that from, do you know? About
70, in the late 70s. Yeah, mid to late 70s. Yeah.
I love when, and it's so
75,
funny
76,
because
something like
that
that.
whole sound is coming back. That whole unique sound and style. You won't ever capture anything just like that, but.
Well, people are getting a lot more creative with the style, their style of music and how they represent themselves on stage. You know, as a group, it's really cool because it actually helps you understand the sort of, what do you call it, like the theme of what the band...
Oh, the idea behind the songs.
Yeah, because that's kind of important, you know? It's cool. It makes it more exciting to watch.
It's more appealing, too, when you're watching a band or you see a musician or a band and you can understand... Not by speaking to them, but just by hearing the music and watching the videos and stuff. Like with the Ponderosa Glee Boys, you get the theme from watching a couple videos. Same thing with Richard Strange, you get the theme from watching the videos of what they're all about, and that's cool. When you have your story out there in the videos and stuff, it's more interesting for fans and people to get to know you.
Yeah.
And they want to get to know you because they want to know more of your story when you give them little parts. So this is good for all you DIY bands out there. Maybe just start putting out little bits of yourself and making it like a mystery for people to uncover with your music.
But you know what? I think what I was trying, the point that we have...
We have an alien? There's an alien.
I didn't take a hit of acid, guys.
You see a unicorn up there?
Yeah, totally. No. Okay, so maybe this will be a little bit easier to understand is... Remember like the grunge scene where everybody was wearing flannels and jeans?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Shaggy
so
hair.
we went from people like, say like Adam Ant, David Bowie,
like the kind of glammy, kind of showy, dramatic.
Gosh, the 70s and the 80s, we had so much of people actually dressing the part and looking really cool when they went on stage.
Like characters, it's a story. It's
right.
their story. Yeah, their drama.
Yeah, they're not going to walk around on the street like they do on stage. But
nowadays,
when on stage, well, even if they do, it's cool. I'd actually rather see people like that. But when they're on stage, it's really so much cooler to watch the whole performance. When
than just the flannel, like the grunge flannel and the shaggy hair and the dark corner. But when there's like Rika, there's a few bands out there like that. They're entertaining. You want your music to your shows and your bands to be entertaining.
And when you put that energy into actually creating an image, like David Bowie did, it really is so much more fun to watch.
Yes,
it's
like
so cool.
Just like this next band, the Jackets.
Perfect.
And they are from Switzerland, and they have her name's Jack, and she has the front woman, she likes to be kind of androgynous, and she has a really cool look, and her voice is rad. She's from Switzerland. The bass player is from Switzerland. The drummer is from Los Angeles. I don't know how that happened, but it makes for a
teleportation,
right? Makes for a really cool band, so check it out. This is the Jackets with Wasting My Time.
Each way
And that was Jackets with Wasting My Time. Love that fuzzy sound. It seems like it's kind of coming back. A lot of bands are doing that 70s garage kind of fuzz punk.
And look at what we were talking about. Her makeup.
Yes, the eyes.
So cool.
It's totally, the whole video reflects like that late 70s kind of. Like, if you didn't know, you might think it might be from that.
I love it. I love the 60s garage sound, and that's so sounded like that. And I just love their style. It's
that
so
Velvet
clever.
Underground-ish,
yes, it absolutely
kind
is.
of.
And speaking of, because that's exactly what we're going into next, because more about Richard Strange. He's so amazing. Like, seriously? Okay, so he's actually been in movies too. You guys can.
Yeah, I did see a list of movies.
Yeah, he's in Batman and some other movies too. But he's like so back on the scene in such a big way that he's actually he's got, like we mentioned before, he's got the new band that he put together, and he also is doing a tour in September.
A U.S. tour?
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't. You know, actually, I'm not gonna say exactly where, because I think it's more of the UK, honestly.
But it's a tour.
It's a tour, and I believe it's more in the UK. But you guys can look it up. If it's other than the UK, then you'll see that when you look it up. But the tour is called it's Richard Strange Performs the Songs of Lou Reed. So it's going to be pretty cool. He actually is singing, him and his band. It's a whole. I'll go through the list. You guys bear with
that's
me.
all those people that are all do all kinds of stuff.
Well, this is the reason I'm going to go
they tie them with other bands and stuff we played before.
Yes, that's why I have to mention it, because it's kind of exciting, because that's why it's like these bands that we talk to, it's becoming a really cool connection, because when he told me of the people who he's touring with for this Lou Reed tour, I was tripping out because we've already played. So let me go through the list and then I'll tell you why I'm tripping out. Because my brain, literally today, guys, I'm sorry, but my brain is exploding because...
It's that pill you took.
No, it's because there's too much information. It's like, this is really cool stuff. It's just trying to put it together so you guys can understand it and not get confused, because there's some really cool stuff here. So he actually is touring with Terry Edwards, and he plays sax, and you'll hear the sax in the song. It's
He's done some work with ska bands too.
Yeah, it's just so cool. And then I love all the unique instruments in the bands. And Kevin Armstrong on guitar, and you guys might remember him from one of our previous shows when we played Leukocytes of Love. He's wearing like the gold mask, and that song is so rad too. And then Florence Sabeva, she actually was in Last Day Sect. We played one of their videos, and she sang Justine, and it was in French.
That was a really cool. That's right. That was
with
a really
the skateboarders.
Cool one. Are these the ones that Tony Manila has sent?
Yes.
Okay, so it ties back into that circle.
Yes.
That's really cool.
In fact, I was asking Tony Manila about Richard Strange, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, I think he sent me the new video or sent me something," and I was already kind of interested in finding out because I had heard about what was going on with the new Doctors of Madness and stuff, and so we started corresponding about it, and he's all, "Well, I'll just connect you guys and you guys can just go ahead and chat about it."
Oh, that's how that came about. That's really cool.
So speaking of the connection with Tony Manila, it's absolutely true. That's yeah, it's really cool. So, and then to keep going on with this band, this is still, remember guys, we're still in the whole Lou Reed thing. It's this is the band who's going to be performing the songs of Lou Reed. It's Paul Cuddleford, and he's bass and backing vocals, and he was also in Last Day Sect.
We played one of their videos.
Yeah. And then Dave Inby plays drums, and Callum Cuddleford is the backing vocals. So that encompasses the whole Richard Strange performs the songs of Lou Reed. And after we let you hear a little bit about what they have to say about the tour, we're going to go ahead and play the video called My Friend George.
Hi there, this is Richard Strange, and I just want to tell you very quickly about a very exciting tour that we've got coming up in September this year. It's called Richard Strange Performs the Songs of Lou Reed, and it is exactly what it says on the can. We're going to be doing the songs of Lou post-Velvet Underground from his entire career, probably doing 25 songs or so over the course of an evening. What it doesn't tell you on the can is the quality of the musicians who are going to be doing this show with me. It's a real honor, it's a real privilege, and I am so excited to be doing this tour. I think we're going to be doing about 6 or 8 shows around the UK initially in September. We're doing London, we're doing Liverpool, we're doing Hull, we're doing Birmingham, Colchester, Norwich, and some others, I think. So please try and get down and see this. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing songs that you know and songs that even I don't know yet. So really looking forward to this adventure. See you there. Bye.
Well, I'm really looking forward to performing the songs of Lou Reed with Richard Strange singing. Richard is a natural storyteller, and Lou's songs are all about the stories and not just the couple of chords that he used to use. I'm reminded a lot of Julian Cope describing what he did, that he was always saying the same thing but saying it in different ways, and that Mark E. Smith was always saying different things but kind of saying them the same way. Lou's in there in a New York frame of mind, I think, and we're going to be doing songs from across his whole back catalogue rather than just concentrating on one album, which can be a bit predictable, I think. And when you've got 20 plus records to choose from, that's a hell of a lot of great material and a lot of New York characters that we'll be singing about and playing, of course. And I shall be channeling my inner Robert Quine, as you can tell. What do you reckon?
The sword that made me think of my friend George. People said the man was 5'6". That sounds like Georgie with his killing stick. I said, hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. Hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. You're talking about my friend George. I knew George's since he's 8. I always thought that he was great. And anything that George would do, well, you know that I would do it too. George liked music, George liked to fight. He worked out in a downtown gym every night. I'd spar with him when work was done. We'd split lips, but it was all in fun. I said, hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. Hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. Talking about my friend George. Next thing I hear, George has got this stick. He's using it for more than kicks. I seen him down in Smalley's bar. He was wired up, I tried to calm him down. Avenge yourself, he says to me. Avenge yourself for humanity. Avenge yourself for the weak and the poor. Stick it to these guys right in the head. Well, the fight is my music, the stick is my sword, and you know that I love you, so please don't say a word. Can't you hear the music playing? The anthem, it's my call, and the last I saw George was him running through the door. I said, hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. Hey bro, what's the word? You're talking about my friend George. You're talking about my friend George.
So that was the Lou Reed cover, My Friend George, by Richard Strange and the rest of the band, which is so cool. And that was actually on the My Sensations album, the Lou Reed My Sensations album, that particular song. I read a cool quote by Lou Reed that said, "The songs and the stuff in my head don't stop just because I've made a new album." And I really like that because it kind of reminds me of what's going on right now. Like Richard Strange is been doing music. He's been doing music since the 70s. And I think that happens with a lot of musicians.
It doesn't stop. It's like a
just
constant
because you make a new
reel that
album,
goes, yeah.
it's in you. Like this is most people's sort of the way their brain operates regularly. They're always having thoughts that they want to share.
Especially if they have a message that wants to get out. That goes like what we were saying before. You know, it's going to keep going and going and going until you feel you get it out.
Yeah, and so that's really cool. So an authentic musician or an authentic artist, just because they've made an album doesn't mean, oh, okay, I'm done. No, it's like they've got stuff going on, and it's great when they keep creating. I love it.
Yes, awesome stuff. And speaking of creative, this next band, Pickle Darling, I shouldn't say band because I think it's one guy.
This is a trippy video.
Guy, yeah. I think he's like Richard Strange. He's a trippy guy.
And Lou Reed.
Yeah, and Lou Reed, yeah, he's from New Zealand, and I hear he's really popular over there. I don't know, but the video seems like really well made for a one-person
really
band.
creative.
Yeah, and I
really
believe
like
he does all the music in it himself, so that means he's like one of those musical geniuses. So anyways, this is Pickle Darling from New Zealand with Bicycle Weather.
Come on, can you feel it when I brush my fingertips on your arm? Oh, how long can you keep a secret? Hold my precious thoughts in your palm. It's no fun to tell the world you're just a friend and nothing more, you're no one. But is my art pure enough or should I go home? Cause my favorite Beatle is Yoko.
And that was Pickle Darling out of New Zealand with Bicycle Weather. Very clever guy there, like that stuff.
I really love that video because it's kind of interesting that we're doing this show, and that video I knew was going to have a great connection because do you guys remember The Factory, Andy Warhol?
Yes.
And the Velvet Underground with Nico and Lou Reed, and that actually had that vibe because they used to do some trippy sort of, Andy Warhol would always do some trippy
That's right, like all kinds of weird theatrical
at that place where they hung out,
dramatic stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, The Factory. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it just seemed really unique, and it kind of
was like that. Yeah, because New Zealand Maybe they have some. Like I said, I always say I want to go back and go all over the world and check out the different scenes because I have no idea what the New Zealand.
Well, I get so happy. And
scene is
like, look
you
at
know?
another example.
Yeah, Istanbul.
Istanbul, Turkey. Okay, we are getting really, yes, really cool, trippy music that's eccentric and unique and amazing from all over the world, places you wouldn't even think about, like that you would even think have that kind of vibe going on, and they do. So it's
like I would have never thought Istanbul.
Absolutely.
Never.
And it's just totally opening up our minds, and I get so excited when we have a cool band from a different country.
Like I was saying, cool. I love like when our show gets shared on different things and you see it and it's like in Italian or it's in French and you have to hit translate. It just makes you feel kind of cool.
Yeah, and and then the bands love seeing the other bands too. They're really stoked to know what's going on, and it's kind of a scene that unites everybody as well.
Yeah, when like we were talking about before, I'll mention it again, how a lot of the musicians and a lot of the bands all have, no matter where they're at from the entire world, they all have the same message when it comes to what goes on in their lives day to day and current affairs and things like that. It seems like it's really similar. So it's cool that we get to put it out there for other bands to see, okay, we're not the only ones thinking this.
Yeah, and then, the other really unique aspect to the band seeing the other bands, and I think it actually gives them a little bit of hope, because for a minute there, the scene didn't even seem like it existed as far as unique, really cool, eccentric music.
No, it was like cookie cutters for a little bit.
Yeah, so these bands are really becoming a little bit more hopeful to know that there's a place in the world for the music that they want to share, and that there's other bands doing it, and they can actually kind of connect and maybe tour together, maybe
that's
hang out,
a really cool thing. Yeah, with
it does help.
Bands.
It does help when you have that sort of.
It's like a camaraderie,
yes,
but it used to be like smaller scene camaraderies, like with different club areas, like we were talking about with Ponderosa Glee Boys, how they were with the Erics.
But that was back in the day, right?
But now it's more global. It's not just the little scenes because of the internet and because it's not just like you're not talking to your bands through fan mail.
Exactly.
You're actually able to talk to them and realize that they're people just like you.
So the one good thing about internet. That's the connection aspect. Exactly.
You know what I wanted to bring up? I was thinking about this. Have you ever been out to a nightclub and get trapped in the bathroom by a girl?
No.
No?
That happened to you?
All the time. Drunk girls.
Where they just want to talk to you?
They want to talk. Yeah, they want to talk. They want to know how I cut my hair. They want to see my nails, and it freaks me out. Yeah. And Kyle will be like, "Where's my wife?" And I'll be like, literally stuck in the bathroom. Yeah, I was on my way out the other day. A girl grabbed my hand. "Oh, look at your nails. How cute." I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah. And last night too.
That's funny.
The girl asked me, "How do you get your bangs like that?" I said, "You have to be not afraid to cut them really short." I'm really afraid of what I told her now. Because what if she just like hacks them?
You'll get to see it on one of those videos that go viral, right?
I didn't mean it, just you asked what I do. So anyways, I just thought that was funny. I thought maybe you got trapped in bathrooms too by girls.
Not that
they trap me all the time. Usually really drunk girls, really bad.
Well, they want to have a conversation, but I don't feel
They
trapped.
do, yeah.
I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh yeah, no, I have to like push them out of my way.
Now boys, you might be sitting there wondering what the F could possibly happen differently in a women's public washroom, and the answer is everything. Social protocol is different, communication is different, science is different, the way we compare our penises is different. Wait, what? My bad. Science is the same. All of the following things happen in a women's public washroom every single time, 100% guaranteed. First of all, you know the first day of school where you're like too shy to go up to anyone and say hi and like make new friends? Yeah, the women's public washroom is like the exact opposite of that. 90% of communication that happens is compliments to complete strangers.
Oh my god, your shoes? They're gorgeous.
Your hair is so amazing.
Can I just say, you're so beautiful? Isn't she so pretty?
Your body is banging.
Oh my god! You're so pretty! And nothing is off limits when it comes to the washroom, so count on girls to get super specific and personal, straight up based on a true story. Girls are just come. Let's just be real. Drunk girls, they all lesbians. Cause just don't. It's true.
Oh my god, your boobs! Your boobs! Nina, look at her boobs!
Oh my god, can I touch them?
Yes,
please?
yes.
Thank you.
Wow! Oh my god! What? Your butt is such a good butt.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. But wait.
The shape of your face is like perfect.
Thank you.
Guys, I have a SpongeBob face.
No!
You fix your makeup, I'll hold your beard. And you got the best hair ever. And where'd you get those shoes? It doesn't matter who you are or what you're going through. So Wouldn't the world be nice if we were all more like drunk girls in bathrooms? Thank you.
It's bad. This next band is a band from San Francisco. Local band. Well, not kind of local, I guess. In the global scheme of things, that's local. And they are called Control Freaks. This is a really cool video. But they have the chick and they're in the bomb shelter.
I know, that was so clever. It actually reminds me, there's a band.
It's honey because it's called She's the Bomb. So it's honey.
I know, it's cute. Honey. Oh, I get
honey.
it.
I'm
That's
funny
cute.
sometimes.
There was a band from Budapest, Hungary, and they had, I gotta find them again because they were so rad. I ran across them like a couple years ago, but they had a video that was reminded me a lot of this.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I hope you guys like it. It's Control Freaks with She's the Bomb. And that was Control Freaks out of San Francisco with She's the Bomb. I really like that.
It was cute.
It was cute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very clever.
And she is the bomb, the girl in that band.
So, our final video for the day.
Woo!
Which is cool because, okay, we actually played Make It Stop at the beginning of the show.
I like how you're doing this. I like how we have that one in the beginning and then...
Because I have to do this one. Even though it's the same song, I have to do it because it's a never-before-seen video and it's more...
World premiere?
And it's more behind the scenes. He actually... Okay, so Richard sent this to me and I was really stoked because it's kind of neat to see both videos. So the video that they did was an actual... The official video.
Exactly, that's the produced video.
The official video has more of a thematic sort of thing going on.
Like we were talking, the in-your-face message.
Make it stop. They're trying to send a message, which is super cool. at the same time, I want to see what the video he sent me. I want to share with you guys because it's behind the scenes. You guys get to see them in the studio.
It shows the heart and soul.
Yes.
It shows the heart and soul of the musicians and what actually goes into it, which I think sometimes
Super
get covers
important.
up by the video.
Yeah.
It gets covered up by the message, which is really cool to get the video. But
exactly, we're trying to say both because it's like it's really cool. Both the videos are amazing, and that's why we're going to share them both with you. So I wanted to kind of scroll through because I gave you all the names of the people in the Lou Reed tour, and I want to give you the names of the people that are in the new Doctors of Madness.
He's worked with some incredible people.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
The list is just amazing.
So I have to share this with you. I think it's great. So the new album called Dark Times will be out in September.
Awesome.
Okay, but Make It Stop is actually the single that's playing right now. You can hear it, and that's the video that's coming up. And this, again, like I said, is a never-before-seen video, which is cool, that he sent personally. And so the people in the band, it's Joe Elliott with Def Leppard.
That is surprising to me because that's a whole different style of music.
It's
but,
cool.
You know, it's really cool that there's little bits and pieces from everything.
I love it. And then Sarah Jane Morris and Terry Edwards, again, we mentioned him earlier, playing, he plays sax in the video prior, and he's been in PJ Harvey, and he's played with Nick Cave.
That's great.
So it's pretty cool. We have Steve Bolton, who's been in The Who, and Lily Budd, and of course the rhythm section, which we mentioned before, was the Japanese band called Sister Paul.
Is that that's the one that was the tribute band before he came along? That is just the coolest story
this is
ever. That tells
you
dreams can come true.
Exactly.
Right?
And now you can kind of understand the whole reason we had to kind of do all the different levels and layers of everything going on with this cool project that Richard Strange is doing. So anyways, with that said, this is the behind the scenes video, and you get to see a little bit of what went into making the video.
Yes.
And it was so great being with you guys this week, and tune in next week, and we will see you then.